Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We see it, we feel it, and we reveal it. So we're going to talk about Megan and Klay Thompson. Amidst their recent split, we do see that they have split. It seems like they were going pretty strong for a while. And then all of a sudden we have this pop up. And I think everybody was really rooting for Megan because Megan is our girl and she has been through a lot. Now I don't know, you could be a Megan fan, you could not be a Megan fan, but just seeing what she went through with Tory, just seeing what she has been through in the industry as a whole, I was rooting for Megan, if anything, because she's just been through a lot, from her last relationship with Party after they split up, and then Party went on to the blogs and, just doing a whole lot of stuff, whether it was talking about her or just trying to move on with the other girl and really give her this thing like, you're not all that. I got somebody else in my back pocket now and I'm moving on. And that was a lot. I felt like that split could have been a lot smoother, but it wasn't, and that was just the case. And come to find out, I do not think that Party is still with the same girl that he was with before he actually split from Megan. So to do all of that, to like do this flex and make it seem like, I've got somebody new now and I'm moving on, forgot about you. It's just like, okay, well, he's not with the same person now. So what does that really say, When Megan got with Klay, it was just looking so beautiful. They were out at games together. They was going on dates. We seen Megan just looking like she was glowing. And then we got a nice hit out of that. My man, my baby, my babe. Like everybody was really vibing off of that. And that was the hit for, I want to say earlier this year. It was just such a vibe just to see Megan happy and see her flowing and getting a good record. She seemed like she was just in love, on top of the moon. And for it to come down to this, for us to go on the internet, open up the blogs, and it's like, oh my goodness, like here we go again. Now, Klay Thompson's last relationship, she was basically saying some of the same things. Like Klay was not faithful, that, he wasn't really up to par like that. Now, some will argue that in the industry, men with this caliber of income just are not going to be faithful, that it's not possible. And then you have a lot of people that look at Russell Williams and Ciara's situation and be like, it's a lot of guys who really come down on Russell. And it just seems like they don't like that. Like, well, Russell's being faithful to Ciara, or he's just the one in a million type situations. Like, what do you guys think? Like a guy that is making money, and can he be faithful? And it's not just Russell Wilson. You have some guys like Judge Mathis. When he was going through his ordeal with his wife, he decided to like come back home and he was openly expressing that he wanted to fix it. And not just Judge Mathis. You have some other guys that are faithful, that are well off, and you have some guys that are well off and they just choose not to be faithful. So personally, I think that that's a matter of choice. It just depends on the man, whether he wants to be faithful, whether he wants to do right, whether he wants to be like, I'm in the industry, I can't control myself, I got all of these women around, so it is what it is. You're going to have to deal with what you deal with, or what comes with that. What I do, so that's just something that you're going to have to deal with. And with Megan's case, she seemed like a really good woman. And that's the hard thing about it, is because you can tell like Megan wants to be loved. She wants a good guy. She wants a man that is going to be there for her. And she seemed like she's going to do the same thing. And I kind of get those vibes from Cardi. Cardi seemed like she's a good woman. Like she's going to ride for the guy that she have. But unfortunately, I think because she's in the entertainment industry, men take for face value like what they see. So if she's saying this in her songs, or she's performing this, then at the end of the day, that's just how she feels, and that's what we're going to take her for. Or even if they believe like, okay, she have a good heart, it can be a thing of, well, their dudes or their friends are like, well, she sing about this, or maybe she got you, like that wrapped around her finger, so we just gonna believe that you getting played. And it could become a thing where they feel like they got to prove to their homeboys that, oh no, that's not happening, or that's not my case. You also have some that come around just because they want to experience her and not really looking into her as a human, her as a person, saying, okay, well, she comes to the table with these really good qualities and traits, even though she's singing about this. And yeah, it's for a hit or it's to make money. But to them, it's just like with men, they can be unforgiving, even if that is your career. And they know that that's your career. It's just something that you do on stage. It's just something that you do for your videos. And then at the end of the day, when you go home, at the end of the night, you can turn that off, and that woman's probably in her kitchen cooking. She's doing the things for her man and trying to be there and trying to be supportive. But it's like in a man's mind, because you say this, you said it, that's who you are, that's who you is, and they just won't allow you to turn that off and tap in and be this other part or this other side of who you are. With men, I feel like it's a lot easier for them to do that, that women will accept that more openly. Their women or their wives will say, you know what, this is just what my man do to make money. But when he come home, he's a father, he's a loving husband, and he's a totally different person. So I'm just going to accept that for what it is. This is his career, and I can put that in a box. But with men, it just seems that they don't tend to do that very well. Klay Thompson had our girl crying on stage, and it for me, it just broke my heart to see Megan crying like that, because like I said, I wanted to see better for Megan. I wanted to see things go well for her this time around, but that's just not the case. And sometimes things shape up for us like that, and that's just how the ball lands, and we have to deal with that when it comes. But I'm glad that Megan is able to put her foot down and say, you know what, this is what I want, even though I'm embarrassed, even though I'm gonna have the naysayers come out, even though the haters are gonna come. I'm going to say that this is my boundary. This is where it stops, and I'm not going to tolerate that. I think that Cardi dealt with Offset a lot longer than what she wanted to keep her family together, especially because they had a child together. They had children together. And when you add children, you add marriage, it just creates a different layer. So I'm definitely proud to see Cardi doing her thing. I'm proud to see Megan standing up for herself, even though it's absolutely not easy at all. She's standing up for herself. She's doing her thing. I think unfortunately, we are going to get some great songs from Megan. I feel like she's going to come out with a great album. She's going to come out with a great song behind this. And I hate that she had to go through a heartbreak for that to happen. But, let's just watch and see how this unfolds. He's been pretty quiet at the moment. So I wonder, like, how is he processing this? Is he just acting like, I'm gonna be nonchalant, I'm not gonna react to it, I'm not gonna respond, I'm gonna just, let stuff go and see what happens? Or is he really sitting back thinking like, dang, she was a good girl, and I just put her out there like that? Or is he just looking at it like it was just a good experience, like he wanted to be on top of that, he wanted to try something new, and he was able to try that? Hopefully that's not what it was, but I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that Megan was just an experience for Klay? Do you think that Klay was really serious about her, and he's young and just in the industry around a lot of temptation, and he needed some time to really sort through himself, sort through his thoughts? Do you think they're going to end up back together? Are we going to see them together, or do you think this is really it? So let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for tuning in. So until next time, love, peace, and blessings.